There should be some cigars of absolute paradise. I did not like that at all. Hello everybody, it's Barry here. Hope you are well wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our kitchen. I say I hope you are well, but generally today I'm not amazing. If you ask PVC, they will tell you perhaps in the comments down below. But I've just summarized to them in our more extended versions of these videos my life for the last few days. I'm pretty darn exhausted, but that exhaustion is toppled away by my excitement, my buzz for today's Barry Tries video. I'm trying 3 more TikTok recipes. You guys are sending me loads, and today they all seem and sound genuinely gorgeous. We've got some keto cookie dough bread, we've got some steak and cheese roll-ups, and some pesto eggs, which I heard tons about, and we'll probably save that for the end. First up then, let's go for the cookie dough bread then. Cheers. Just before we get started, here are some interesting foods that I happen to have in the house, and I'm going to do some YouTube shorts of these. They're kind of like little mini TikToks. I did one the other day, but it was a TikTok that I re-uploaded, so I was like, keep TikTok off YouTube. Sorry. So have a look out for these. They're like little 15-second taste tests. Thought it'd be a bit of fun. First step, beat 4 eggs together with some bicarbonate of soda until it's frothy, and you have some stiff peaks. I've been doing this for 15 minutes and it has gone, obviously with it being eggs, to like a meringue-like texture. It's more sort of soft and hard peaks, so sort of like medium peaks, and I am happy with that. Next up, apparently, peanut butter. Oh, nice, that dollop right in there. I need 2/3 of this tub of peanut butter. Looks more like a coffee cake batter, but apparently that is it. And the chocolate chips are optional, but of course, we're going for that. Now into a prepared loaf tin, which I haven't prepared, but I'll do it off camera. There we are, and as if by magic, a wild lined loaf tin appears. I have no idea if this one, I've got 2 loaf tins. I've gone for the slightly larger one. I do think it'll rise a fair bit. I've seen some varying ones that are like huge loaves and other ones that are actually more like, I don't know, almost like rectangular ones, which I think ours is gonna look more like. It's fine. Yeah, as I just preheat my oven, I just think at the end of the day, we've done all the recipe ratio right. It's just how big it's gonna be. I could put it in cupcake trays, chocolate chips on top. Really wanted to put some vanilla extract or orange extract in that, but we're staying loyal. That is 4 ingredients. Could have been 3, probably could have been 2, could have been 1, would just been an omelette. Alrighty then, this is now going in the oven for, ow, just nipped it, it's all good. Roughly 20 to 25 minutes, which is perfect time to move on to the second recipe, but I've just realized that everything today, all the recipes, involve bread. Next up, steak and cheese bread roll-ups. Stonking. All right, so this one is grilled cheese roll-ups, okay? So it's bread that gets squished and flattened. I've done something like this a few years ago. I think it was more of a sweet thing. I think we did churro ones with cinnamon. But instead of doing grilled cheese version here, we actually slow cooked some steak the other day, or beef, and yeah, got some left over in the fridge. So I figured we'd do that with some mozzarella, roll it up, fry it, and there should be some cigars of absolute paradise. Take the crusts off first. It will flatten a little bit easier. Now, my bread here is quite holy. Sorry. But I'm hoping when we press it down, it's gonna fill those holes. We've got a rolling pin here. I'm just gonna go flat like this. Oh, that is almost perfect for my cheese as well. To be fair, all of those holes have actually gone. It's filled the gap and made it so thin. I've got some sheets of mozzarella. I've never had them before, but the girls wanted them in their lunch boxes, so that's fine. They're going back to school, so it's like, yeah, first week back, let's spoil you. Oh, I'm gonna take a teeny bit more off because we need a seam, okay? So you with me so far? Flattened bread carpet with mozzarella strips on it, leaving a little gap. We can then get, I'm just gonna put a very thin layer of this slow cooked meat, and we are gonna need to seal it. Okay, so with a little pastry brush and some melted butter, oh you naughty thing, which we are gonna need some butter in the pan as well. We're gonna take that bread and roll it up. Now if that pushes that meat too far, I might just take these last little bits out. Oh, it's pushed the cheese as well. Oh no. There, because it's really important, that that bites to that, to compress it and join it together, like that. And if we want, we can do a bit more, just to kind of act like a glue really, and leave it seam side down. Right, I'm gonna make a few more of those. But just before I do, in other news, I've had a little cheeky look in there. You might be able to see it. It's about probably just over halfway up the tin, which I'm really happy about. That means it's gonna have a fairly decent height on it, and it smells great. Mwah! Tony the Tiger great. Nice. All right, last one. And what I've been finding is once you do that final roll, if you just kind of put a little bit of pressure on with that butter there, sit it down, and we'll cook it seam side down first. Oh, I'm quite excited by this. Speaking of excited, the oven has just finished. Apparently, we're at the 20-minute stage. We can look. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Oh, it's all risen up massively. Nice sort of rounding on it. I think that's done, you know. Oh yes, it's come out clean. Thanks oven, your work here is done. Right, let's leave this to cool naturally to one side whilst we finish these off. We'll get them cooking. That smells so good. I love that splattering of the chocolate chips. Amazing. Happy now? These are gonna fail now, I'm gonna need some more, aren't I? On the subject of dogs, a little bit of a sad and awkward story this morning. I was walking the dogs along the beach, and on the bench a guy was sat there drinking his coffee in the morning, looking at the sun and all that stuff with his dog, and I was like, good morning. He's like, well, it would be, I'm getting the dog put down later. Oh my gosh, felt a little bit sad, also extremely awkward. Like, how do you walk away from that? Like, oh. So I've got a couple of blobs of butter in this pan. Just gonna melt it up, let it disco dance around the pan a little bit. Shouldn't take long. See these bubbles starting to appear? So the seam side down, although it is fairly well stuck together. And if this doesn't melt, my oven is still warm from our cookie dough bread, so you could wrap it. I wouldn't want to put a lid on this and warm it through because it would burn. Obviously it's still bread, right? Help it a little bit. See, it's starting to get a little bit of colour already. Cook away, top up your butter if needed. And when the time comes, we'll flip them over till they're golden brown each side. I can see the cheese starting to melt from this one already. I think we'll be all right. Yeah, don't be afraid to add more butter like I've just done, because the last thing you want is the butter to be burning too much. But I would not move it off the seam until it's nice and cooked, because then that will firm it up and hold that shape for you. It's kind of gone less roll up, more kind of rectangular, melty mozzarella stick, which I am not unhappy about whatsoever. I mean, check that out. Look. Oh, and I can push that cheese. Look at that. Kitchen towel, let it cool. You can have a Dunkin' sauce if you want, but I need to try this warm, which is now. I might regret this. Oh, this was my own sort of invention. That is hot. Amazing. The saltiness of the butter has absorbed into there, and giving us the warmth of the cheese and the texture, the tenderness of the meat, which is of course optional. They would be great without cheese, but I feel like a Dunkin' sauce with that. But this, that's blooming amazing. Wow. I mean, that is so good. I feel like I should do my own TikTok or YouTube short of that actually. Nice. So for our third and final one, it's something that I've actually heard of a few times, and it's called Pesto Eggs. I've got some bread there that I'm just toasting up. We've got some jars of pesto. This is some light pesto, light green pesto, because obviously you get different colours and flavours. Red pepper pesto, for example. You get pesto with lemon in, that like really extra lemon, because the recipe I've made in the past has lemon in it, it has oil. But apparently pesto eggs, you cook eggs and you can do them scrambled and other different ways. I don't think you want to poach it, because then you just dilute it in water. But we're going to fry the eggs in the pesto. So the pan that we just used a moment ago, we've cleaned that up. We simply dump the pesto in here, probably get it a little bit warm, and then crack the eggs straight into it. And the flavours are going to infuse in there, they're going to cook together, they're going to surround the eggs, which we're then going to hopefully lift up and coat on top of our toasted bread. That is it. It's quite a simple one. It's quite an iconic one. It's been very popular, and I really believe, just like the other two, well, we haven't tested that yet, it could taste absolutely horrendous. I really think it's going to work. So this is one small jar. That's why I bought two. I want to make sure I've got enough to cover the base of the pan, and this is a very big pan, to be fair. I wanted to try and cook 2 eggs at the same time. But there we go, a nice ocean of pesto. You can sort of see the oily trails in it. So let's get the eggs in. Okay, carefully lifting this. We just want to cook these eggs through and slap them on our bread. We have bubbling. Look, can you see that? Surely that heat has got to get into those egg whites in a bit. We have got an egg whitey trail along here and here. I could have just dumped the whole egg around and made one massive pesto omelette, but the basil taste would have been horrendous. Oh, look at that now. Look, it's coming together. Apparently if we wanted, which would be easy, as I say, probably want 1 jar of pesto for that. Scrambled eggs, just like whisk it all up together. But we are trying to get these islands going. Let's see. Right, I'm going with the fish slice, and there's a few specks of the pesto. What's going to happen here? A few specks that have gripped to it. Oh, get down. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Some people put like ricotta on it now, honey, avocado, but I just wanted to go like proper original and give this a try. But before we do that, oh my gosh, that is so light. I feel like I could fling it in the air. Like go up for miles. This smells so good. It's basically a slab of peanut butter cloud. I love the shape of it. I love how light it is. And I also love that the chocolate chips haven't fully set, and you put it in the fridge if you want that like that. I kind of like that sort of gooiness. Oh, it's very spongy because it's very omelette-y. And have a look at that. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, look, that looks amazing, like a marble cake or something. So I think we'll try the pesto eggs first. We've already done the roll-ups, although I'd love to try them again. Oh, before I just have a little taster, can we just marvel at all of this food that we've made? This has taken me an hour to do all this. Pretty awesome. All right, let's try these eggs. I'm going straight through the yolk. Oh my gosh. Amazing sort of brunch idea. And maybe you could stack 2 pieces of bread together and make a burger. Like flip them in the pan like a previous TikTok video. Don't forget to check out the rest of the Barry Tries playlist, by the way. That is amazing. I mean, it's pretty much just like pesto and eggs. There's not really much of a fusion together. In fact, if you are a fan of pesto, you'll love that because the most overriding taste of it is the basil. It's actually quite powerful. I don't know if I cooked it down and dried it out too much. It's gone very herby, and I probably would have liked it a teeny bit more moist, but then of course you could drizzle oil on it, your favourite ketchup, something like that. But then you've got your yolk there, so let's try that. Yeah, that worked better because the yolk just gave it a little bit of moisture there. I normally, not on camera, would have eaten that with some sauce of some kind, but I just wanted to try it straight up to see what it did to the egg. And if I turn it upside down, look at that. That is probably why it was rather intense with flavour, because not only am I dripping egg yolk on my worktop, it's completely laced in it. Wow. I put the edge of it to one side, so here we go. It is very soft and squidgy. That was like tasting a really, really old car sponge. I did not like that at all. It was almost too much to chew in one go. It was just like an effort, and the dark chocolate just kind of became a bit of a problem. It was just, that was a really horrible experience. I did not like that at all. Wow, I personally think you should not try that one, but I mean, it looks way better than it tastes. Oh my gosh. Which for my videos is normally the opposite. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are subscribed, make sure you have the notifications on, because a lot of you are saying, YouTube's not telling me I'm putting a video up. I am. This is a video. If you've seen any cool recipes for the Barry Tries playlist, do let me know down below. It can be by famous chefs, it can be TikTok, blogs, whatever. And if I had to rank them, these were absolutely sensational. You can see how they've gone a little bit cold now. 15 seconds in the microwave. Then the pesto eggs. And then this. I'd never eat that again. That was pretty disgusting. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all three.
It was so bad. Like, so bad. Chocolate. Yeah.